Hello everybody. In this video I wanted to go over a few self-defense options and all, and just to kind of show that every downrange is safe and that nobody's down there. And far as the tree line and back is to where it, I'm good for like a good mile or two because it's just nothing but trees straight on back. So range is safe and all. But with that said, but there's a whole wide range of options available for self-defense, from learning some sort of hand-to-hand combat to having a firearm, and then there's a whole wide range of things in between. Now, far far as the hand-to-hand combat, there's things like boxing, martial arts, and so forth. But I'm gonna go over some of the more common things that you'll see people grab and all to use. Now, b- and before I get too much further, I know that there's some people that they prefer not to have or use a firearm for self-defense for one reason or another, which that everybody has their preference. I know some rather be as prepared as possible and all, so and everything, but that's going to be the one of the better parts about getting self-defense items and so forth is there's something that'll suit everybody and all. But w- with that said, the first thing I would like to suggest is some form of pepper spray and all. Now, I would have to say that and recommend being mindful of the labeling and all when you go to buy your pepper spray, because I know s- some places are more restrictive than others, and the labeling may or may not work against you. So please be mindful of that, because like the pepper spray I got here is labeled as bear spray, but it's just a because it's the pepper spray is kind of you know amped up a bit to deal with bears and stuff, but gonna try to get it where can hopefully that's showing everything good enough. But nonetheless, there's obviously different sized canisters of pepper spray, and all have their own range that it's capable of potentially spraying the pepper spray out to. Like with this one, it has a range of up to 30 feet or 9 meters. But again, just please be mindful of the labeling and all when you go to purchase your pepper spray and all, and check your state and local laws. That way you can kind of go based off of that to know what canister would be best for you and all. Now, the next thing I want to go over on a self defense item is some form of stun gun, taser device. Now, with this particular one I've got, with it all the way down, it's off and all. But if I get it in the middle position, it has a light. And then when I go all the way up and the red light is done, is to where it'll be my taser or stun gun, whatever you want to call this. Now, once the charge is depleted, this little piece here I push out, and then I can just plug into the wall and recharge it, and then I can be on my way and all. But that's another option that could be had. Then, of course, there's the option of some sort of folding knife or s- some type of knife, whether it's folding or fixed bladed. But that is another option and all. And then, of course, for those of us who wants to be as prepared as possible and everything, is to where we can go ahead and get our weapon system that we want to choose and everything. And and of course, through and obviously through the proper channels in order to ob- obtain the or any of them. That way, not getting in trouble and stuff. So, but nonetheless, any of these would be good by themselves. But personally, I feel that these together with in a combination is a better option because they I feel that they complement each other because there's different levels of self-defense, right? So in some cases, all you need is your pepper spray. In other cases, you may need some sort of stun gun or taser, and so on and so forth, up and to the up to having your firearm. Because, like I said, there's different scenarios where some items would be you're better off using some items over another, especially now. That's going to be the thing for about if you're carrying a firearm. There's more, especially more responsibility that comes with it, and not all situations where you have to defend yourself is going to not all situations going to require a firearm in terms of self-defense. The obviously, because like I said, there's some cases where you you'll have to use your pepper spray or taser stun gun device, and in other cases you you have to use your sidearm, but that's going to vary from person to person on what they have to go about doing, and that's a judgment call that the individual has to make themselves. And in some cases, you got to. Oh, apologies for bumping the camera there, but nonetheless, that's going to be the unfortunate part about it because sometimes you got to react quickly to the situation and all, but because unfortunately, we don't get to choose the time or place. It's the bad guys who that that's the attackers and all and aggressor that gets to unfortunately choose when and where, and it's to where we have to react to all that. So the odds are already against us in that regard. But nonetheless, those are some different options I wanted to go over with everyone. And the best part is there's something for everyone that'll suit their specific needs and all. But with that said, thank y'all for watching and have a good day.